Yo, Daikin, have you seen the PRC OS? Yeah, actually I have. I actually haven't tried it myself yet though, but I've seen definitely a couple of people showcasing the new OS that someone found out. We can take a look at it though. All right, so for those of you that don't know what they're talking about as far as the PRC OS, basically there's this OS that's going around right now that you can pretty much stop anything that your opponent is pretty much doing. Like most options are just not able to be put on the table. So you see the burst was able to be baited, DP is able to be baited, and because it is a meaty close slash, it will beat throws. So supers lose, YRC will also lose, like everything pretty much lose. The only thing I know that definitely beats this is if your character has a counter. Yo, praise be that we play Biken. But yeah, I saw this tweet earlier, apology man, saying this is the same dude that found the SMP loop for Persona 4 Arena. So that was basically a loop that basically allowed us to basically do the same move over and over, and it basically did not prorate the combo deterioration. So basically it was a prominent thing for Naoto. She basically had an infinite and she could just keep doing it because it would not stop the hit stun decay for going any further. It just stopped for some reason. So Ghost Oki inside the Dragon Ball Fighters, and now the PRC OS. So he just me saying like, hire just gotta QA test your games. Squirrel also showcases it right here in another light. So they're saying right here, the new option select incredibly strong, allows for the PRC OS to perform meaties, frame traps, completely reversal save, beats supers, burst, backdash, and even YRC. So basically your two only options pretty much. If it beats all those options, you can't backdash, you can't reversal using supers or DPs, you can't burst. Only two things you can really do is have a counter. So baby, you know, Anji super or Biken's actual counter, or just block it out. And so something like this is definitely incredibly strong, as they're saying. So just watch this real quick.
Right, so we have the world's first uninteractive block string.
First uninteractable block string. I don't know if this is the first one. I mean, I would say like Golu's got some of those, right?
Hit on wake up.
But as you can see, like, so you got the frame traps, right?
If you try to mash, you get counter hit.
And the crazy thing about this too is they're doing it double, right? So you could do it off every hit.
And if you try to flash kick,
see?
The frame trap is gonna be
so if you try to flash kick in between the second hit, because you can input it after every single hit, every sequence, even the second hit isn't safe. So you're like, okay, I gotta block the first hit, but the second hit, you know, if they do a delay, I can stop it. No, you can actually implement this sort of trick inside of every move. Now they do talk about it a little bit more, saying it cannot be done from D normal. So your basic block string that a lot of characters have, your close slash delay 2S, this will be something that is basically a true block string at this point. Delay 2S is basically a true block string with this, because you can always pretty much beat every option. The person don't have a counter to put on the table and you have 50 meters to do this, they basically have to respect the option now. Do I think that's okay to be inside the game? 100% not. That definitely is not something that should be inside this game. There was something very similar actually inside of Exard, and it makes me wonder if this was something that has been in the game and we just are now finding it out, or this is something that came with the recent patch, because I feel like something like this would have definitely been found out a little bit faster. This game's been out for like, you know, like a year now, right? So I definitely feel like this game should have had something like this figured out by now if this was already inside the game. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. But the Exard example is pretty similar. Let me show you that real quick, chat. All right, so this is pretty much the only example I can find, chat. But basically what happens here is if the opponent decides to burst, you can basically press ABC during like every hit and you'll basically block this. Now, this is like something specific to Sin in this case, where they're doing a little bit because they're able to do it. I believe you had to have below actually 50 meter and actually to do it off every single hit. So he's doing like some very unique ways, I think, in order for Sin to be able to do it in these sort of ways. But the idea was if you had below 50% meter off every hit, you could just press ABC, and this will allow you to actually bait any burst that happens, because you can't get RC at that point. So yeah, that's basically the PRC OS in the game at the moment, chat. Like I said, this is definitely something that definitely should not be inside the game. It is also pretty much mandatory if you are a competitive tournament player to know how to do this, right? This is going to shut down your opponent drastically once you have that meter. That means the options that they try to use just aren't on the table no more. You basically can shut down anything that your opponent tries to throw at you. You could just beat it. You're not wasting your meters, only if they try to do something and they get out of the attack. If the meaty whiffs, then they will just essentially get the PRC, and then they will punish you for trying to do your reversal, your burst, or whatever option you try to do, your Y or C. So nothing is pretty much on the table unless you got a counter. I heard IBFD is also a good option off this. Yeah, that is true, right? Because basically essentially what happens is you're going to push the opponent so far back with the IBFD that if they are doing it for multiple hits, like I said, we could do it for the close slash and you could do it for the 2S, right? So if you do it for the close slash, it get IBFD, and then you do the 2S, your 2S will whiff, but then you'll get the PRC and just spin the meter, but the opponent is just sitting there blocking, so it's technically you're not going to punish nothing, so you just wasted 50 meter. So there is something you could do, but once again, IBFD is something of an advanced technique. You don't see a lot of people utilize it. You see it at the competitive level a lot more than you did before, just both IBFD and just IBing period. So it is something that people can utilize, and it is something that players are probably going to try to implement inside their game plan more as long as this problem prolongs, right? So I wonder how long it's going to take for Arxis to actually get rid of this. You do remember we did have the throw RC, right? So when you did this, the reason why they changed it now, you can't do it right away because it used to give you RC. Now it does not give you the RC. So you basically sacrifice the damage, because before you would get the hit and it just wouldn't happen, right? You would get the hit and the animation would stop it from that actually happening. So because there was an animation there, you would do that, and if you did it, it will always only come out if it whiffed. They took that out, and this is something that I definitely think they're going to take out as well. This doesn't seem intentional, is what I'm saying. How you actually do the OS? I actually haven't practiced it myself, but I got the inputs right here, so we can do it actually. So it says the inputs is SS, right? So you got to press SS, and then you plink while holding this into P and K. So it'll look something like this on your screen. Like that, right? So you see the inputs where there's double S, you have the P with the slash, and then PK with the slash. That's what you want to see, right? So if you see that, that most likely means you did it right. So let's actually do it with Soul on the recording and then see what our options are. All right, so we got the recording set up, right? So he's going to throw us, and then he's going to do it. So we're going to let it block. So you see it is a meaty, so we can't do anything about it. I'm gonna try to throw it. It is an actual meaty, so you can't throw it, right? We're gonna try to backdash. So we're gonna try backdash. Backdash got body. He's gonna be able to punish that. Let's try doing a reversal, chat. Reversal got body. You can't do a reversal. Let's try YRC. He's able to block the YRC, as you can see. So yeah, YRC isn't working. This is not looking good. This doesn't look good. Let's try to burst. Burst gets bodied. This is just, what can you do? Like, really, the only option you really got is, once again, to try to IBFD if they go for a second hit of it, because they could do it again. So Soul could do something like this into this, or if you have a counter. So let's put Bike on the screen. All right, so he threw us reversal timing, and there we go, right? So just like that, as you can see, immediate, because it is a meaty, you can just counter, right? So counters are definitely an answer to this. Hey, it's crazy, we were just learning biking too, chat. Yo, the biking stocks are definitely going up with this coming around. I'm not even going to lie. If you don't got your biking, you better get one. Now, but I'm probably gonna make this to a YouTube video too, chat. So for the people on the YouTube, let me know how you guys feel about the PRC OS inside of Guilty Gear Strive. Do you think this is something that should be inside the game? Do you like this OS? Do you want it to be removed from the game? How exactly do you want Arxis to actually tackle this situation? Does this mess up double hitting normals like Million? Nah, because if the close slash miss, period, then you'll just get the OS tapping out. The double hitting normal just doesn't have an effect to it. As long as a normal misses, then you will get it to come out. So yeah, you'll be good there too.